Welcome to Pikes Peak International Raceway in Fountain, Colorado.
Well, I tell you that our sport team and Ron Rowland, Mazda Pool Products, they've given me a great car this whole weekend. They've really been fine-tuning this car. Give me a car that can drive anywhere on the track. It's just been an awesome experience being here on the oval and being able to drive such a fantastic car.
You are 1/10 of a second ahead of the second place man, 3/10 of a second ahead of the third place man. Do you have the speed to stay ahead of this field?
Well, I think so. You know, the guys have been working real hard all day to give me a car that'll come out here and put on a really good show. So I think after 60 laps are done, I think we're going to be in the lead.
Third turn, final trip around. Smith trying to complete a flag-to-flag win here today at Pikes Peak, and he will do it. Moses Smith comes to the line, fist in the air, and he is your winner.
Well, I tell you, the car got a little bit loose in the wet, but it was very predictable and easy to drive. It was awesome. You know, that was a good run.
Where could you pull away from him? You dominated everywhere.
Well, you know, I made a promise to my crew chief, Ron Rowland of our sport, that I was not going to lift no matter what. And I think that was what did it. You know, on the restarts, I just kept the pedal down and hoped for the best. So
congratulations on a great win, flat all the way around Pikes Peak International Raceway. What a great run.
That was awesome.
Welcome to Washington, D.C., a brand new course laid out around RFK Stadium.
Moses, this is a very tough racetrack, brutally hot conditions. What is the biggest challenge today, the rest of the field or the racetrack itself?
You know, I think it's the conditions, Calvin. It's very hot out here, very humid. So just trying to maintain focus through the 28 laps is going to be, I think, key.
Scott Speed, Moses Smith, Guy Cosmo.
Boy, you know, our top three contenders all season long, and this was about as close a finish as I've seen in a long time with Moses just beating out Speed there at an end. But a great race. We saw a bunch of different leaders, and this time Moses brought it home.
Moses picking up his second win.
Well, Moses Smith gets the gold medal, his second victory of the season. Moses, what a move you made on Scott there in that last lap or two.
Well, I tell you, Scott was fast, and I knew I had to do something to get it done. Thank God for that yellow, or else it wouldn't happen. You know, I just figured if I could late break him and then just hold him off for 2 laps, and you know, we'd go home a lot happier. So I did what I could.
You struggled a bit with the car's balance. Looked like the car's a little loose on entry to the corners, and that's how Scott got by you.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, I couldn't get enough front bias into the car for some reason, and you know, just every lap it just took more and more front bias, and I just chased that car as long as I could. But that yellow sure helped cool the tires down and get it back together.
Awesome run today.
Thanks, Calvin. Just want to thank our sport and the Mazda Pool Products for making this all possible. This is awesome.
Well said.
Thanks.
Season getting close to conclusion. This is the 8th race of a 9-race schedule, and the championship fight is extremely close.
For the 3rd time this season, Moses Smith finds himself here on the pole position in a Star Mazda event. But the big news is Guy Cosmo was supposed to start alongside. He's the closest in the championship, had a technical infraction. Does that change the way you approach this race now that he's at the back?
Well, you know, I think I can be a little more cautious now that Guy's back there. I've let my crew know that if Guy breaks into the top 10 to let me know. That way I can be ready for him. But, you know, I think it's going to be a long race for the both of us. You know, me waiting for him and him trying to get up to me. So, you know, I'm looking forward to a nice long race.
Coming to the line, Moses looked as though he thought he had a chance. He will swing out, as you'll see here in a moment, and try to use the draft to get by. That missing right front dive plane might have held him up, might have cost him the victory.
Well, you know, I think had he had that wing, he'd have been able to dominate this race. It obviously affected his handling, but, you know, once again, we saw an awesome Star Mazda event here.
Well, take a look at this. The results have been revised because Justin Pruskowski's car also failed post-race tech. So Moses Smith inherits the win despite the contact. Welcome to Road Atlanta in Brazelton, Georgia. Coverage of the Star Mazda Series here on Speed. Today it's the 9th and final round of the 2002 Star Mazda Championship.
You know, I mean, we see Moses still pushing right here hard to the end and you know, letting it hang out. And, you know, boy, what a great second half of the season. He's got one more corner to go and maybe be a champion.
Moses Smith to the stripe, and he will win at Road Atlanta to close out the season in style.
Moses. We're not sure if you've won the championship. You are tied on points. You are tied on wins. It's all down to second places. How many do you have?
You know what? I don't even know, to tell you the truth.
We think second. This is going to be very close, but you did everything you could.
But I tell you, this whole year has just been awesome. Guy Cosmo giving me a run all year long. You know, if I end up with a championship, it's just icing on the cake. This year has been awesome. It's been phenomenal. The Star Mazda Series, the Mazda Pool Products, our sport guys. I mean, this has just been awesome. If I could have another season like this, I'd be in heaven.
Well, for Johnny O'Connell and Andrew Marriott, I'm Rick Benjamin. Thanks for watching our 2002 coverage of the Star Mazda Series.